Oh, you were the one. Oh, you're the one that sent it. Okay.
Yes, I was gonna send it.
Then must be Christian who didn't send. Then. So Christian, what happened?
I was the one that complained in the group that
Okay, no problem. Yeah, so I would look at how to submit on the classroom, then I'll have you people submit on the classroom before the end of the class. Then gifts. What about you? Were you able to complete the assignments?
Which one is no?
Christian, you can mute for now. Okay. Gift, what about you?
I didn't do this for my assignment. I'm very busy. I haven't just watched the video today.
You just watched the video today.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions?
No, I don't know where most of the people are being.
Okay, you know what? Just follow through with the class today. Then you can watch the video again. And if you have any questions, just drop it in the group. Yeah, and again, Charles was trying to get everyone's attention during the week, but I think just one person replied. I think we should communicate more in the group so that at least we know where everybody is. You will think that we're just starting, but we're already 3 weeks into the program. 3 weeks into a program of 12 weeks lecture and 12 weeks internship is a lot of time. So let's start putting our foot to the ground so that we can start learning. We need to learn as fast as possible so that by the time we enter the internship phase, we'll be able to build beautiful websites. So let's put our foot to the ground and start learning as fast as possible. That means communicating in the group and letting us know if you have questions. You already have the curriculum. You can even read ahead and ask questions before the class comes. Then when the class comes, you'll be able to understand it more. I don't know if you understand. All right, thanks. So I'm going to be handing over to Charles now. Charles, take it. You can go ahead with the class.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Are you guys hearing me? Okay, my name is Charles.
We can hear you.
Okay, my name is Charles. I'll be taking you guys for today's class. So I want to first get the knowledge that you guys watched the week video, which was sent out on Tuesday, right? Did you guys watch the video which was sent out on Tuesday? I just need a response. Hello? Okay, what did you guys understand from the video? Is there any challenge? Did you guys get to understand the video? I hope you guys are hearing me. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Did you guys watch the video? Did you understand the video? Is
Yes, we watched it.
Okay. Did you get to understand the video? What did you get to understand in the video? And is there any challenge you faced? Did you get my question? Did you get to watch the video? And is there any challenge you faced?
Yes, I watched it. But there's no challenge, it says.
Okay, let's just go through the video. Let's just go through the curriculum which we had on that in the video.
Okay.
In the video, we talked about forms and input elements. Then we talked about tables, lists, media. Media, when it comes to media, is about our images, our videos, and our audios. Then we talked about semantic HTML. So can anyone tell me what he or she understood from the video? Is I just need a response. Are you guys hearing me? I just need a response. Could you tell me what you understood from the video? Hello? So moving forward, let's just look at fonts.
Um, yeah, sorry for cutting you short. Did they watch the video at all? That should be the first question.
Yes, I've been asking, but I'm not getting full response. I don't know.
Can we talk? Can we talk? Nobody is beating anybody. This is not like a primary school or something, you know.
Yeah,
Let's talk. Let's. Oh, I didn't watch the video. Then we will know where to start from. Oh, I watched the video, but I didn't understand it. Then we know what to focus on. It's just because we're having like one class a week. I want to make sure that everybody is carried along. That's why we're having these conversations. So Austin, Christian, Eunice, I don't know, gifts dropped. Um, um, did we watch the video? If we didn't watch the video, then you will know that okay, he has to go over it again from the beginning. But if we watch the video and we have questions, then these are the questions that he would focus on before even talking about the class. So let's have a conversation. Let's know where we are, and what we need to do. So Austin, did you watch the video?
Austin, are you there? Did you watch the video?
Yes, yes. I watched half of the video. I was not able to go through all the video. I watched part of the video, but
Do
still,
you have any questions from the app that you watched?
to be honest, I was not actually clear on the entire video. I know.
Okay. Okay. That's fine. That's actually fine. And that's why we are here, because we don't expect you to get it like once like that, right? So repeating the whole class again is not a problem. So we want to know where you stand, right? If we assume that oh, you've watched it and you understand it, then we'll just move on, then you will not benefit anything, and your money that you've paid will be a waste, so to speak, right? So put effort into this, communicate. In fact, always ask questions. Always ask questions. No question is stupid enough. Like, oh, I feel like this question I should know. No question is stupid. Always ask questions, and we're definitely going to answer your questions.
I hope that's clear to you guys. So Austin said he didn't watch the video. He watched half of the video and he wasn't clear. The rest of you, Eunice and Gifts, Christian said he watched the video. Eunice and Gift and yes, Eunice and Gift. Did you guys watch the video? Did you guys complete the video? Did you guys understand the video?
I didn't watch the video.
Okay, you didn't watch the video. What about Gift? Are you there, Gift? You have to let me know what's okay. Did you watch the video?
I did, but I did not understand it, and I could not
I'm
hear
not.
what the person.
I didn't get you. What I think I heard you. You said you didn't understand the video.
No, I didn't understand the video, and I could not hear what the person was just right now.
Okay, let's go through the video again. Let's go through the class again. Now, the video talks about the three topics we are to take this week. It talks about forms and input elements. And then it talks about the tables, the list, and the media in HTML. That talks about the video, the images, and our audio. Now, according to the curriculum, let's take an example from what we had that day. Let's take an example from what we have that day. I will share my screen. I'll share my screen. Just give me some minutes. Okay. Are you guys seeing my screen? Are you guys seeing my screen?
No, we are not seeing
It's
anything.
still blank. Just
Are you guys seeing it now?
yeah.
Okay. Okay. So in the video we talked about forms and input elements. We talked about table lists and the media, which are our images, our audios and video. Then we talked about semantic HTML. Now, in such video, I gave an example about forms. I gave an example about forms. Now, I told you guys that in the video, I said every day we come across forms. Forms can become of any any page we come into, but mostly it comes in our sign up and our login pages. That sign up page that you fill in your details, your name, your username, your password, and so on. I hope you guys know that is a form. That is a form that they use to get your data and pass it to the back end, which is now saved in the database. Do you grab that one? So that form is through HTML and CSS plus a little bit of JavaScript connecting with your backend that they use to make it. But the HTML and CSS is what they use to design that form, the way it looks, how beautiful it looks, how it's being appeared in your system on your phone. Now, I said forms are essential components of web development, allowing users to submit data to a website or web applications. They enable interaction by collecting user input such as text, numbers, email addresses, passwords, and even file upload. You can see forms that can ask you about your CV. They can ask you about your passport or your image, your NIN or so, any image at all. So these are part of the file uploads. So I gave an example of how a form looks like. Let me let me give an example of how a form looks like. Let me get back the code. Yeah, I said structure of a HTML form. I said a form when it's being created, you have to use the form tag or the form tag explain to you guys what forms actually mean. You guys understand? Can I get a response?
Yes, I understand.
Okay, you understand that almost every day when we are trying to log into maybe your Facebook, your even your TikTok, your Temu app, and whatever software you're trying to use, we come across forms. Even submit your application is just also a form. We make use of Google Forms to Google Forms. So all these are forms. Now, I told you guys when creating a form, you have to make use of the form tag. This is a form tag. This is a form tag. Now, a form tag has its opening and closing. It is being opened and closed. So whatever thing that is inside this form tag will be taken as a form. Let's just copy this code and implement it in our VS Code. Copy this code and implement it in our VS Code. Now, if you can see, this is a form. This is a form tag, open and close. Then after the form tag, there are other tags that are implemented into it, which correspond or are synchronous with this form tag. Now, form tag make use of, they normally make use of label tags, make use of input tags, make use of button, make use of text area. We'll come across them, but this is just a simple form. Now, these form tags, as we said in our course, we said they are made up of attributes. After you create your form tag, you can now introduce your label tag to this label tag is to identify the current input, which one is going to place in his details or place in his data. If you can see, this is a form tag, open and close. Then a label tag, open and close. Then this is an input tag. An input tag is a single line tag. It doesn't have an opening or closing. It's on its own, if you can see. And then this is a button tag for submit, open and closing, open and closing. Now, this form tag has attributes which help it. Now, in the form tag, as we see here, is an action. What does an action do? An action specifies the server URL where the form data is sent. So whatever detail you place in this form data is sent to the URL which is donated to the action attribute. Do you guys understand now?
Please, what is URL?
Okay, URL is an acronym. I've quite forgotten the full meaning, but it just means the link is a link. Is a link. That's what they call it. If someone tells you, send me your Facebook URL, send me your TikTok URL, send me the WhatsApp group URL, it's just telling you, send me the link. It's a link. But the technical name is, we don't call it a link, we call it a URL. I will give you guys the full meaning. So this URL is a link. So this link that is donated to the action attribute, whatever information we place in our form tag, it sends it to that URL. Now this URL, which is placed in the action attribute, works with the submit type that is in the bottom. Do you get? Is that clear? Hello? Is that clear?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. So now let me discuss about these attributes little by little. Now you know that action specifies the server URL where the data is sent. That's what action does. Now this action, you know that you just keep a URL here and you leave it. There are other necessary things you need to do concerning this URL in your backend and connecting it to your database. But we are just talking about the HTML for now. Now this is the action containing the URL. The method, you say the method determines how the data is sent. Now, the method determines how the data is sent. Now, what do they mean by how the data is sent? This is the manner at which the data is being sent, the manner at which the data is being transferred. Now, when we are talking about data being transferred, is it that the data is gotten from somewhere or data is being sent to somewhere? Is it that data is being received or data is sent? That's what they mean. That means how the data is the connection in the data. Now, in the brackets now in the video, I made an explanation about this get or post. Now, you may not understand this get or post, and I made it clear in the video that this get or post is like a request from your back end, telling it that it should send the data that are here to this URL. Send data, all the information that you put down, username, password, email, name, and whatever that you put in your form is the form itself makes use of a post request. Make use of a post request. Post request is a request that it sends data. It doesn't get data, it sends data. The already made data, it sends it. So this post request, it sends it to this URL. This URL, this post, and the type submit, they work in hand. When you click submit, it sends the data here to this URL. Am I making myself clear? Am I making myself clear?
Hello, sorry, sir.
Yes.
So please, I just want to understand something.
Yeah.
That get or post,
Yeah.
how can we actually understand it? Because you
Yes.
were
Now.
able to explain that
Yeah.
URL for us. That
Now.
is just like the normal. Okay, sorry.
Now, for you to understand this, now this form action submit method post. Now this is the method of writing a form, a functional form. It's functioning, as in it's functioning, not just you placing that in HTML. There's more to this, but this is the basic way of writing a form. That's what I'm teaching you. I'm telling you the attributes that are in a form. You can write this form without this action submit method, and it stands as a form, but it doesn't work unless you put in these attributes and make some codes with your back end. That's what I'm trying to explain to you guys. But you guys still need to know this, because if you don't know this, how will you now know when you get to back end? You need to know this. Do you get me now? Do you get me now? I hope I answered your question.
Yes,
Oh,
but it's still
uh,
not. It's still not clear
okay,
in a way.
you're not clear. Okay. Now, a form. Let me write a form for you now. A form. Let me write a form. Okay, let me remove this. Let me remove this. Let me even remove this. Let me remove everything that is here. Let me remove this. I have to put this. Or do I have to put this type text? Let me remove this. I save my work. Let me put down more form details. Um, so let this be username. I hope you are seeing my screen. I hope you guys are seeing my screen.
Yes.
Okay, let this be username. Name, username, email. Okay, password. Let me put password. Let me put password. Okay. Now I save my work. Save my work. Open with live server. Save my work. So this is a form. I didn't even give it a demarcation. Okay, this is a form. Maybe I'm logging into one app or so. I put my name. I put my username, whatever username I have. I put my email. I put maybe it's asking me for a message. I am a web developer. I'm a web dev. I put my password, whatever thing I put. Now click submit. You see, nothing goes on here. Nothing went on here. What they did is just to refresh the page. Did you notice that? Did you notice that?
Yes.
Okay, now. But then again, I said all these other are been made available codes for this your post request. This post request has to do with an API. You get to know this. This action, this method, and they work hand in hand so that when you click submit, as I click submit, it takes all my details. It saves it, records it in the database, and maybe I create a profile for me or whatever thing I'm trying to create. I hope that's clear now. That's what those things do. That's what those attributes do. I hope that is clear.
Yes. So, but what I want to know now, like this, I understand this one that you just explained for me now, but that get and that post, is it that
Hmm.
when you send if it's on post, is it that when you send something, it's
Mhm.
carrying it to another website? Like when you log, it's like
No, not no. It doesn't carry it to another website or takes you to some. It takes your details.
mm,
All form does is to grab your details and grab your data, your details, your information, and save. That's what form does. It doesn't take it, even if it's to take you to. Let me say this is a Facebook. Let me say this is a Facebook something that you're
uh,
trying to create. Submit your details. The next thing you do is, if this time it should take you to a login, or if this is a login, you should, as you input your details, it should even open the main page for you. It doesn't take you to another site or something like that. I hope you're clear with that.
yes, yes.
Okay, so let's get keep moving. So um this is form. So they have input elements. They have so many input elements. They have so many input elements. They have so HTML provides various input types to collect different kinds of data. They say text. They say they say text input field. So there's they have this type text. Type text is a text input field. As you can see in what we did here, this input field donates its type to be text, where you could write whatever you want. Write whatever you want. That's what we have here. There are so many input fields. That's what we have here. Type text, type text. But you see this type email, type password. There are so many different types. But this is type text. This type text allows you to input hard code what you want. As I use it in name, I use it in email. Maybe I can use it in another thing. I wish. That's the input type you're talking about. Then they have different other types. This is type email. I cannot type anything here if it doesn't have at gmail.com. It won't, it will, there will be a validation in that form. It won't allow me to submit, or it won't allow me to pass through, because the type which I have put in that input field noted it that it must be an email. Am I getting something clear? Are you guys understanding me?
Yes.
So, but if I change this type now to text, if I change it to text now, text, sorry, text, and save. If I go to my work, let me refresh. Now in the email, it's not, I can write whatever I want, because now it's no more a, it's no more a, it's no more a, what did I say? It's an email input type. It's now a text input type. I can write whatever I want. I can write whatever I want. But if it was an email input type, I have to put that. Maybe if I write this, and I have to put at gmail.com. I have to complete it at gmail.com, because it's an email type. Do you get that? Do you get that?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Same thing to password. Now in password, passwords, password type is type password. Let me change this back to email. Password type is type password. Now, anything that you put in a password, it will save it as a, you take it as a password. And you know, a password is kind of a secret code or a secret text you write. So as I'm writing, you can't see what I'm writing. Only I know what I'm writing. Are you seeing it? But it's the password I'm writing. So it has taken it as a password. It won't show, it won't display what you're writing, but it's noting it as a password. Are you seeing? I'm writing my password here, but you guys don't know what I'm writing. Only I know what I wrote. Are you seeing the implications here? You're seeing that it's writing dot 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 dot, but these are all letters. Why is it writing dot 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 dot? It has noted that this input text field is type password, so you shouldn't display, openly display what I'm writing, because it's in a secret form. only I that is writing it know what I wrote. So it will be displaying it in dot dot dot. So I'm writing. It's not displaying exactly what I wrote, but only I know what I wrote there. The rest of you guys don't know what I wrote because it's a password. It has been
Okay,
given
but
type
what
password.
sorry, but what
Mm,
about some
mm.
apps you open and then they have something like a sign at the side that looks like an eye that you can use to either see
Yes,
the
yes,
password or
yes,
close
yes.
it?
That is part of, yeah. We'll get there. We'll get there. It's part of, it should be here so that maybe when I click the eye, you
Yeah.
see what I wrote. Yeah, I understand what you mean. We'll get that's part of CSS and JavaScript. We'll get there. This is just HTML. We'll get there. So that's part of the functionality in JavaScript. So that as you click that eye, it will be there. So you see your password. So what I'm trying to explain is the different input types that are there. The different input types. So these are the input types that are there. Now, one of the things that form HTML has on its own that is kind of functional on its own is the required field. This required field, required, required, required. Are you seeing that? So it's telling me that this required means as I am in this form, I can't click on submit or submit this form if I have not filled in these boxes. I may fill my name. Maybe I forgot to write username. Maybe fill my email at gmail.com. Write this message, put my password. Maybe I forgot to write this username. If I click submit, it won't submit to give me a validation. Please fill out this field. Because I put that required, it is required for me to fill this position, this text, this input text. That's what the required field does. Do you get that? I seen the implication of what it's doing. Same thing goes to Gmail. Let me say I even filled my username. I didn't fill my Gmail. My Gmail is empty. If I click submit, to tell me please fill out this, please fill out this field. You say if I fill my Gmail, maybe I don't even put at gmail.com. If I click submit, it will tell me please include at in the email address. And my email is missing at. That's the thing. Maybe if I even fill this Gmail at gmail.com, and maybe I don't write my password. If I click submit, the same validation. Please fill this. It will submit. I have to fill all these places because I've put in each of the input field required in my code. As you can see, required. Are you seeing it? I hope this is clear. I hope this is clear.
Uh, can I ask something?
Yeah, ask. You're free to ask whatever you wish to ask.
Okay, so let's say for that username, that
Okay.
required that is there, I put optional. Is it possible for me to
Uh-huh.
put optional there?
Yeah, yeah. I don't I will get to know is it option, yeah, it should be optional as a
Yes.
syntax, yeah, optional. So when you put optional, it is allowed to submit. It will be allowed to submit.
Okay. Okay, so
So
that means I can still put optional in that tag.
yeah, maybe you can even put optional in, yes, username. Username is the best place to put that optional. Or you can put in your whatever field you wish to put it in.
Okay.
Yes. So let's go to, so I hope you guys know about placeholder. You guys know about placeholder? Do you guys know about placeholder?
No.
Okay. What placeholder? Let me give you an example of what placeholder does. Placeholder. Um, Now, it's part of an attribute in your form, especially in input text. In text that has inputs, you can do placeholder, enter your name. This placeholder, enter your name. Placeholder, enter your name. If I come to my work, you see it, enter your name. It's just a placeholder, just to give identification. It's not blocking you from writing your name. I can still write my name. It's not blocking me. It's just a kind of identification. Your name, you come and see enter your name. It's not blocking you, and you cannot copy it. You cannot. It's just a placeholder. I can I can do sorry, I can do placeholder in my password. Let me say placeholder, impute password, impute your password. If I come to my work, I see it, impute your password. Are you seeing it? Are you seeing the placeholder? Are you guys seeing it? Are you guys seeing
Yes,
it?
yes, yes.
Okay, so this is what placeholder does. It's nothing much. You can put it here, input your username. You can put it here, input your email, write your message. So that's the thing. That's what placeholder does. So moving along. So we talked about the email, type email, talked about the password, type password, talked about the number, type number. So the different types. In that video, I was like, you guys can go as much as you can to check for different types. You can just copy this your code, put it your code, save it, come back to your code. See, this is type, this is number. You cannot put any other letter or so apart from numbers. That's what that type says. You cannot put anything else apart from numbers. Is that clear? So
Yes, sir.
and now it has an attribute. Its attributes here, it says that minimum age, okay, it's all about age. Minimum age should be 18. The number that should be here, the minimum number should be here, should be figure 18. The maximum number should be here, should be figure 99. So you can write as much number as you can from 18 to 99. But any number that goes below 18, it shows you a validation. Any number that goes above 99, it shows you a validation. That's what it says. So I can test myself. It says 18 and 99. I can just put 10. Let me say I fill in all these places. I fill in all these places. Fill in all these places. My password. And then it reach my age. Instead of me putting from 18, 19, 20 to maybe 99, I come and write 16. I try to submit. The validation shows value must be greater than or equal to 18. Do you guys read that? Value must be greater than or equal to 18 because of this validation, minimum 18. The same thing happens if maybe it says 99. I come here and even put, let me just put 100. I submit. You say value must be less than or equal to 99. Are you seeing it? Because of that validation. But if I should remove this, if I should remove this attribute and save and do and work it out here, I can put even one, submit. Let me fill in every other thing. Fill in every other thing. Submit. It submits. But if that attribute was there, it won't allow me to submit because I've gone against the rule. I've gone against the rule. So this is one of the things you need to note down maybe your form. Same goes with date picker. Picking a date, you can try it out. So you can try it out. Date picker. You pick your dates whenever you were born. Let me say someone was born in 2000. You go and search is 2000. As we already know, this is what we see regularly in our form. Which month? Maybe March. Which day in March? 9th or so. is date picker. And this date picker, they've already you can put it required or optional if you wish. You get. So these are some things we see in our phone in our daily basis. Radio button. Have you guys come across radio buttons before? Or do you have any understanding about radio buttons? I'm talking to you guys. Have you guys come across radio buttons? Radio buttons
No,
and check boxes. You have not come across
no,
it even in forms you filled before, maybe Google
no,
form. Yeah. Or do you even understand what I mean by radio buttons and check boxes?
no.
Okay, let me give you a clear example. Let me copy this. This is a radio button example. Let me copy this. Say, let me remove this message. Now, we should save this. Upload this. Video, input radio. Okay. Now, the code isn't arranged. Let me arrange it. Well, the code isn't arranged. Put this. So, um, something like this. Let us leave it like this. Okay, something like this. Now, it's asking about gender. This radio button is for this and this for this. You have to pick one. Are you a male or are you a female? Either you pick male or female. That's what radio button does. You have to make a choice. You cannot pick more than one choice. That's the explanation in our documentation. It says radio button is a single selection. You have to make a single selection used for selecting one option from multiple choices. You might see male, female, or others, or all those LGBTQ or whatsoever thing. So you have to pick either one out of whatever list they bring. It may not only be in gender, you may see occupation, self-employed, student, salary earner, whatsoever. You have to pick one. So that's what radio button does. I then again, you have check boxes. Check boxes is just the opposite of radio button. As radio button is to single selection, check boxes is to multiple selection. You can select more than one. That's what checkbox is done. So just imagine if you can select more than one, something like you can select more than one occupation. That's what checkbox is talking about. So let me say I change this, I save, I look my so let me put in more stuffs. So let me say this is reading sports, reading, um, sleeping, and eating. Safe. Now, if I come to my work, it's saying what's my interest? Is it coding? Am I interested in sports, reading? This this form is not being styled well. This is where we have to involve our CSS to place in all these things. This should be in line with the coding and all this, but we're just talking about the functionalities here. So maybe I may pick I'm interested in coding, I'm interested in eating, in sleeping, and that's all. I've picked more than one and continue with filling the form and submit my details. You get that? So this is the everything that checkbox does. Multiple selection. That's what checkbox is all about. Is that clear with you guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So so file upload. File upload has to do with us uploading files. For example, you have come across some of us that are looking for work. They may tell you submit your work certificate or submit your CV or whatever they ask you to submit. You have to get it from your file manager also. Let me just change this. Just change this. So now this is file upload. This file upload now. Mm, This file upload. This file upload. Start putting whatever. Filling up my. They may tell me maybe here maybe submit your CV or submit your WIEC or submit your NIN. You click on it, it opens your files, both in your phone or your PC. Select one or two pictures or so. That's what they're talking about. So if I select, let me just say I select this, it saves here. You have uploaded this one. Continue filling down your form. That's what file upload does. We see this in our regular forms. Some of them are in our Google form, some of them are a form about a company, form about something, or whatever form we see. These things are all there. So this is a down drop. This is so this is all we know about form. You can go and check on this down drop. This down drop is easy to know about. I want you guys to give me do a form that concerns the down drop. One of the one of the input text there is a down drop selecting multiple choosing an occupation or so. That's what down drop is all about. You guys can explore about this. Is that clear? Is that okay with you guys? Is that okay
Yes,
with you
sir.
guys? Yeah.
I have a question.
Okay.
So, after doing the form text, probably like on my Chrome or something, maybe arranging it the way you are doing, how
Mhm.
do I now get that Outlook? That's the one you're using to show us what your code is doing, or how what your code is doing, like putting
Okay,
the
you get
text.
this. Get this.
Yeah, exactly.
How you get this?
Yeah.
Now, this is even like a beginner's view of how form is. This is even a beginner's view of how form because to me this is not styled and it's not beautiful. It may look beautiful to some people, but there are different ways to style forms and so on. There are different ways to beautify your form. That's why you have to involve your CSS. You can there should even be a border showing you guys that this is a form. I may even decide to make this button, this submit button smaller, change the color, change the background of this place. So you want to make yours to come present itself like this. Is that what you're saying? Am I getting you right?
Well, it
Am
might
I
not
getting you
be
right?
this.
Okay, you want
Okay.
to
Can you
just
hear
make
me?
it. I can hear you.
Yes, I'm not
I can.
saying this exact style or stuff like that. I'm like how to get this outlook. Yes, you might now decide to change it to whatever color or design that you want. But after doing it in text form or coding part, then how do you
Mm,
get this to see what you are doing? Like what your code is
okay.
actually bringing out?
That's where you make use of your VS Code. When you code, you right click and open with live server. Live server works with
Mm.
over here in my PC. I work with this my Chromium app. You can work with you can set it in your settings to open in your Chrome app or in your if you're using Microsoft Edge or whatever browser you use, so that you view what you're doing. Or if you don't want to open it through this way, your VS Code, wherever this file is saved in your file manager, just click on it. It opens in the browser and you view what you did. Is this the
Okay.
problem you're facing? Is
Yeah,
that
I
the problem?
understand, you know.
Okay. This yeah, all this just to explore your VS Code. VS Code is a place you can explore. There are so many things you could do to get it. I can even use the the image that is about this HTML to define what is just form. But let's continue what we're doing. So buttons and form, there are different types for button. Already we came across the submit, which is to submit our have the reset to reset the form. And then again, we have the buttons that work with JavaScript. Like this is on click. So we have, I just want to make you guys know that there are different types. You have come across type, text, type, email, type, password, type. Now type is submit, type reset. There's so many types. You can browse more about types. You have types, radio, types, checkbox. So there's so many types that are in HTML. Types, number, types, each other types. There's so many types, text, type email, type password. So don't limit yourself to just what I teach you here. There's so many type file. Are you seeing it? So don't limit yourself. There's so many more, there's so much other types. You can browse about them and see how their implementation is in your code. Maybe they're not in form, they're not inside a form, maybe they're inside other text areas and other HTML coding stuffs. So don't limit yourself to only what we teach you here. You need to forge ahead, watch YouTube, go online, make some researches and so on. You just have to calm down and take your time. But we'll do our best to give you guys the knowledge and the best knowledge you guys can implement with. So this is submit button. We have come across the submit button. I told you guys to submit our data. Type submit. This one is type reset to reset what we've written. Reset the data. Then again, they have the button with JavaScript. There's some JavaScript button. You see, they have type button. So this is a button that works with JavaScript. This is on click, alert button clicked. This is a JavaScript function that is in a HTML that works as an inline HTML code. You can do this in your embedded JavaScript, but we'll get there. But this works with inline. So this is saying button. This is your button open. This is your button closed. Type button on click. Alert button clicked. It alerts you button click. This is how it works. This is how it works. If I put this here and save. If I check my work, if I click on this, alerts. But technically, this is a JavaScript inline coding way of doing this. But this is not what we are here for. I'm just showing you guys what that code does. Is that clear to you guys? So we have
Yes,
a
sir.
type, so we have a type of grouping form elements. As key of the field show you guys what the field set does. I'll show you guys what the field set does. The field set. Let me say I have this. Okay. Take all this and put it in place here. Remove this. And I put them inside the field set. You know, you have the form, then the field set. Now, the legend. Now, I put this all inside the field set. Put all this inside the field set. Since this is the appearance. So this is how the field set is. This is how it looks. It has an already made styling of how the form should be. This is how the field set does. All you need to do is to make extra kind of styling for it to fit in. But this is how it looks. Now the legend is what is this personal information. How the fit set is the border covering the whole form. Are you saying that? The field set tag is the border covering the whole form. Whatever thing you input, it still covers it, it still covers it, it still covers it. All you need to do is one or two CSS for it to, for all these things to be in line with the field set and responsive with the field set. That's all. This is the field set, the border. While the legend is this personal information that we wrote here. That is above, that is in line with the field set. Then all these other informations was our form, all those things we wrote in our form, which we know with our text area and all and everything. The input and email and password and whatsoever. As you can see. As you can see. So this is it. Our legend, personal information, our field set is what covers everything. The border. So is that clear to you guys? Is that clear to you guys? Hello.
Yes.
So those are the things. So this is a complete form with field sets, legend, and every other thing needed in it. We've already come across this. So now we're talking about enhancing forms with HTML validation. So I've talked about this already. The validations in HTML. Talked about required. That's you have required is necessary because when in your code, as far as you have imputed required, you cannot leave that impute input if already when you already put required um need to even put required. Let me say I put required in all these places. Required, required, required. So whenever I'm filling my form, any input field that I miss, it will submit unless I fill that input field. That's what the required does. I've explained this already. Then again, the minimum and maximum. That's what happened in our number. That we cannot put a number less than the 18 or more than 100. we saw that. So um, max length and pattern. You say pattern specifies a regular expression for validation, and max length limits input length. So this max length particularly is for the length of you can put it your words max length to be 50. You cannot pass 50 words or 50 letters in that text input. Example, maybe along the coming weeks, I'll share you guys an example for this pattern. But what you mostly use is required. Required is one of the things that they mostly use in forms, in writing forms. So this is it. So this is an example. Now they say styling forms with CSS. Styling forms with CSS. Styling forms with CSS. Forms can be styled to improve usability and aesthetics. So these are some styles. Some styles. They didn't give us the HTML code, but these are some styles. Some styles that we know. We can include them in our work. So now when writing styles, as far as it's in our HTML, okay, some styles already we make use of this. Okay, this is what that style. It has changed the appearance of our work, as you can see. That's what that style does. It has changed the appearance of our work, as you can see. It has given it a more beautiful look. If I should say, let me remove field, our field sets. Look at our work. See it. Let me say I personal our legend. See it. So these are the things it does. So I hope all these examples you are seeing the live application. Now, talking about tables, list, media in HTML. HTML provides structured ways to display content such as tabular data, list, and multimedia elements. Multimedia elements like images, audio, and video. These elements improve content organization and readability. So I hope you guys understood the forms as I explained it. I hope you guys understood it. Hello. I hope you guys
Yes, yes, I did. I don't know
you
about
did.
other people.
Austin and Christian, I hope you guys understood the forms.
Yes, sir.
Austin, did you understand the form? Do you
Ye-
understand the form?
Yes, I understood.
So if I give you guys an assignment, just create a form with name. You can do surname, first name, other names, username, password, email, reg number, um, then maybe a file upload for your NIN or driver's license, and then what else? Maybe your message, and then you make your submit button. You guys can do such with what I've taught you guys. You guys can do such.
Yes, I can do it.
Okay. I will see. Okay, I will give you guys an assignment after this class. Give you guys an assignment. Then um, we have tables in HTML. tables in HTML. Tables in HTML. They say HTML provides structured ways to display content such as tabular data, lists, multimedia elements with images, audio, and video. These elements improve content organization, readability, and interactivity. So, do you guys have you guys come across tables in HTML? Let me see if you have any experience or such in tables. Have you guys come across it?
No, sir.
Hello? You guys have not come across table, okay. Okay, just give me a second. Give me a second. Let me okay, this is a table. Table in HTML. Let's copy this.
Um, the thing is that sometimes you might even know what you're saying, but you might not like know the name. Like when you asked about that radio button, I did not
Yes,
even know that that's what they called
ready
it.
button. Okay, but
Yeah.
you've seen that in
So
a form.
yeah,
You've seen that.
definitely.
Okay. No, let me show you guys what tables are. Now, this is a table. This is how it looks like. Something. Okay, this is just a small table. Such a small table. Now, I can decide to double heads, give out more double heads. So I'll explain this. Just give me some seconds. So, do okay. If my PC is low, let me plug my PC. So sorry for the inconvenience. I'm trying to design a table for you guys to view in a very, very simple way. Small. Okay. Now this is like a table. Are you guys seeing it? This is a table. This is how a table looks. Like you, just like an Excel sheet or something like that. So they make more use of tables in the back end more, but they still make use of it in our front end, but table tags and everything, because in the back end, when someone is collecting data and all these things, it has to be assigned in tables. And imagine this is name, age, country, maybe what was here was password, username, email, NIN, which other details we put, age, and whatsoever. All those details that we saw in our form. Are you guys understand what I'm saying? You guys understand? Hello? Hello, are you there with me?
Yes,
So
brother.
yeah,
Yeah, so do you understand what I mean? These tables now, imagine all those things you wrote in your forms. Maybe your full name, your username, I can't just remember them, but your name, age, country. Let me just change some of them. Your name, age, country,
Gmail,
maybe
email,
okay, email, password, uh,
username,
email, username,
uh,
username. What else? What other details do we have there? Let me say maybe you're uploading your NIN. NIN. Um, I don't know. I don't know. There were a lot of things we wrote there. Um, let me say phone number, phone number, and let me say occupation, occupation, occupation. So now tables. So this is how tables are. You can design it in any way you wish. I just did a little design. So let's go to the class. You see, tables are used to present structured data in rows and columns. Where does those data come from? Your forms. Those data comes from your forms, and it presents those data in a structured row and column. It presents your data in a very presentable way. Imagine you fill in all those things in that form. Then maybe it's you that coded, you sent out a form, maybe your website or so. You sign up, you gave in all those details in your form. When you do that, all those details automatically comes to your back end, and you see all those person's details. You see Austin, age, this, country, this, password, this. Another person sign up to your website, you see his own details. Another person signs up your website, you see his own, because you're the admin to that website. You have the back end and every other thing. You see all their details because you collected it from that form. Are you seeing? That's what now you see the connectivity with form with tables. Are you seeing it? Imagine you didn't use tables to structure your data. Your data will be so scattered. You don't even know whose age is for. You don't know that maybe 25 years age is for, let me say, maybe 22 is for Eunice. This is for Christian. You won't know. So that's what tables structures our data well. So let's continue. And it says here, the key elements in tables. Now, in writing the tables, we have our table tag, our table row, this TR, table row, table head, TH, table header, and table D, table data. So let me go to our code. Now, in making a table, you have to start a table with your table tag. When you make a table tag, a table open and close tag, table opening tag, open and close. When you make your table open and close tag, the next thing you do is to make your table rows, your table rows, your table rows, your table rows, as much rows as you want. This is table. Now these are rows. Your first row, your second row, your third row, your fourth row. As much rows as you wish. Do you get me? As much, if I can decide to do 10 rows to start row 1, row 2, row 3. This is row 4. If I bring in another table row and put in some details, row 5, to go under again, row 6. So that's what table rows do. Now, are you noticing? So after your table tag, you do your table rows. Now, after your table rows, each table has to have a header. So the first table row contains table headers. The first table, that's if you wish to have a header though. You might decide not to have a header. But the first table rows contains the table header. That's why in this table, you're seeing that name, age, they are like in bold write-up. I see they're like in bold write-up. We didn't put any bold tag or whatever, but that's how it is in HTML. So so you make use of the table head, name, open and close, table head, age, open and close, table head. So we have 8 table heads. That is, this Mr. Austin, could you mute your mic? Mr. Austin, could you mute your mic? So we have 8 table heads. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 9 table heads. So according to how the table heads are, if you have 9 table heads, you should have 9 table data, TD. So after the first table row containing the table heads, the next table row contains our datas, TD. So the next table row contains 9 table datas. That's what we answer. So name, John Doe, age, 25, country, USA, password, this one, email, this. So these are the things. If I remove USA, I move like 3 table datas. I move like 3 table datas and save them. I check my work. I see this second row that will be empty in this section because nothing is here. I see. So you have to make it align. As much table heads that you have to have as much table data that you have. So same thing goes to other table datas. I see. So I see. First of all, your table tag opening and close. Secondly, your table rows, as much table rows as you wish. So this is a table row. This is another table row. This is another table row. This is another table row. You have 4 table rows. You can continue on 5, as much details that you think you're going to input from there. Then after that, you make the first table row contains your table head, but it is optional to have a table head. I might decide to change all these table heads to table data. I decide to change all these table heads to table data. I decide to change them to table data and save them. If I come back to my work, it has changed to a normal table data, no more bold as it is. It's the option to have a table head, but if you're having a table head, it's not that you can't have it in your second row or in your third row, but the appropriate way to put it should be in so that it will have the headings to any other details you're putting down here. Are you seeing that? So this is it. This is it. So is anything hard here? Is anything not understood here? Is anything difficult here? Am I passing a message to you guys? Anything hard, yeah? I've explained
No,
the table row, the table head, the table data. Is anything hard, yeah?
no. It's clear.
Okay, so this is just adding
Sorry, I
caption.
have a question. Sorry.
What do
If I'm getting it right, the table head is where the age and all of that is in italics,
yeah,
like the power words. But the table data, is it the ones that are like answering the questions, or rather giving the information to the table
no,
head?
that's what I was explaining. Your first table row should contain your
Mm.
table head. So that the next table rows, whatever table data passed there, is answering to that table head. The table heads had name, age, country, password, and all this. So in the next table row, we don't have to put in table data, and the next things we should be doing there is we don't have to put in table heads. The next thing we should be inputting there is our table data. Our table data is answering to each table heads, to each table heads, to each table heads, to each table heads, to each table heads. Facing it for a name that is the answer to the question. Write the name for the first data. The first table data works with the first table head. The first table data works with the first table head. The first table data works with the first table head. The second table data works with the second table head. The second table data works. Are you seeing it? So those are the same thing. The table heads work with the table data. I even gave an example. Imagine I remove some table datas from here. I just didn't have table datas. I save and I come to my work. I see here is empty. Here is empty. Because I've not put in details assigning to this. I see this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is fifth table head. This is the fifth table data to this row, to this third row. This is the fifth table data to this third row. And this fifth table data work with the fifth table head. This sixth table data work with the sixth table head. This seventh table data work with the seventh table head. This eighth table data works with the eighth table head. So does it goes. I hope that is clear. I hope that is clear.
Yes.
So um, then adding captions. You can add captions. This is part of just in a way of uh, designing your work. You can add captions. Let me just say captions such as caption is normally after the table tag for your table row. So I may say this is scale forth front end data, front end student data, students data. See where it's being placed. Sorry. Here's my front end student data. See where it's being placed. Yeah. Scale forth front end student data is above the table. This is where it is. You can style it if you wish. Can you can decide to even place it if you don't want to place it after your tables. And place it in your the first table row that contains your table heads. Decide to place it there. It still appears at the top. So this is what the caption. This is what it does in the table tag. It's just for identification. Nothing much is here. Nothing much is here to. Nothing difficult is here to confuse you guys. So this is what it does. Scale for students data. So now the margin cells. Now we make use of the col span and the row span. Now, school span merge multiple columns into one. while row span merge multiple rows into one. What do they mean? Row span merge. I hope you guys know this, like this going from left to right is row, while going from top to bottom is column. So this is row span. That's what they are trying to make us understand. Row span. It just reminds you of your Excel. If many of you have had experience with Excel, maybe I have experience with Excel. So it says row span merges multiple columns into one, while row span merges multiple rows into one. So this is an example. They say this is a table. Has a table row. It opened the first table row, the second table row. Now inside the table row, it has a table head, table head, table head. Now it has a table data, one, two, three table data, two table heads. Will that work? Normally, if you have a two table head, you should have a two table data so that to assign. But because now this table head has been given a call span of two, it will take two columns. Now the two columns are assigned to email and phone. So one table head for one table data, one table head again having two columns for two table data. You see the implementation here. Imagine I have cospan two in my code. Cospan two. Let me say I have it here. I have it here. Cospan two. And maybe and maybe and maybe this isn't here. I save my work. I see. It has taken the two columns. Phone number has taken the two columns. I see. It has taken the two columns, the two columns, the two columns. I see that. The same thing goes with if you have a row span. Yeah, a row span. The row span works more with table row. Let me give an example of a row span. Okay, let's make one example. The row span goes well with row span equals to, let's say, 2. Now, this row span now, no. Okay, yeah. This is a row span. This is a row span. A row span. Are you seeing what a row span does? This is what a co span did. This is what a row span did. It took more than one row. According to how many span you give it, we give it 2, so it took 2. If we give it 3, let me say I delete another data from here and give it 3. Yeah, 3, and I delete another. And I give the column span 3, and I delete another data from here and save it. This is how it looks. It's taking 3 rows, 3 columns. Is that clear to you guys? Or is anything confusing you guys? Is that clear to you guys? Hello? Is that clear to you guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, so you're seeing the implications. So these are the things in co-span and row span. Then we have the list in HTML. We have 3 ways of doing lists. We have the ordered list, the unordered list, and the description list. Ordered list has to do with numbering. When you're using them, it numbers from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. but there's a way you can edit it. This number with Roman numerals I. Then you have the unordered list, the number with bullets. This is bullet. This is what I mean by bullet. This thing here, this dots. Those numbers with bullets. Then I have the description. This is tab on is what we call ordered list. Ordered list. Ordered list. Ordered. So let me say, let me remove these tables. Remove these tables. And I put it here. Save it. It's 1, 2, 3. If I continue, see the structure towards its ordered list, open and close. Then you make use of your list tag. This is the list tag, li. List 1, list 2, list 3, whatever thing I put here. My list opening and close tag. React. I open again, list, open and close tag. Node.js. Open again, MongoDB, Express.js. And it keeps aligning them. I can go as much as I can. So 1, 2, 3, it goes with non-ordered list, order. Then they have the unordered list. Imagine changing this now to UL. Save. Everything is a bullet. A bullet. That's just the thing. That's the interpretation. This ordered list has to do with the DL, the description list has to do with the DT, that's the description head and the description table. This is the example. Sorry. So let me just leave it for you guys. Okay, let me just give you guys an example how it looks like. The description head and the description data. Description head, description data. You can continue like that. So that's what the description is, but there's nothing difficult there to understand. So now medias in HTML. Medias in HTML, we have the image, audio, and video. Image tag for adding image, we make use of the img tag. It's a single line tag and it has attributes. When writing an image tag, you must refer the image the image that you want to call in to your work. And that image has to be your work, or you can call in the link to that image that maybe the image is online or somewhere. So you see this an image tag is a single line tag. It doesn't have an opening or closing. Now, image tag has an attribute known as SRC, specifies the image URL. I hope I'm clear with what URL means. It means link. I'll show you the full meaning of the acronym. So URL, it specifies the URL. Maybe there's a link to an image online. You just copy the link and put in your SRC here. In between these apostrophes. So, or if your image is inside your work, you just call in your image here, whatever thing .jpg or .png. Now, alt provides alternative text for accessibility. So alt now, it defines what image is that. Maybe this image I put here, maybe is a sky or a blue sea. This is just the image. Alt now, I may write blue sea. It's just to describe what the image is. This is a blue sea. Now, width and height is more of giving dimensions to that image. You don't want that image to cross 300. You don't want that image to cross. Maybe you want it to be a square. You may give it width and height 300, 300. Maybe you want it to be a rectangle with 300, 700. That's just what happens here. Then we go make use of the tags. You now make use of this tag, which is a single line tag. Inside that source tag, we still make use of the SRC. This is for source. This SRC means source. Where are we sourcing our image from? Where are we sourcing our audio from? You call in audio your audio track. You can copy if you had an audio track that you want to copy from online, you can still paste it here. If your audio track is in your work, you can call it in here. Then you give it a type. So you see another type. This is another type audio MPEG. This is another type for audio. So there are different types, as I said. This is another type. So that's the same way for calling audio. The same thing goes to it. Okay, these are attributes of audio. This for control.
So,
Is there any
so
okay?
please, I have a question.
Yeah.
For that image, I don't know about the audio, but for that image, because it was part of our assignment
Mm-hmm.
last week. So
Mm-hmm.
for that image, I did exactly the same way you wrote your listen that your image tag. I wrote it the
Yeah.
same way. I even bought it for I had to add the folder to my VS Code. Then I
Mm-hmm.
copied the folder. I bought the folder in my my text. But still the thing did not pop up. It later pop up, sha, but I was trying to change the picture again, but the thing was not working again. I don't know
One
why.
thing, one thing you should know is check your image. There are different description to image. Image are in JPG form. Image are in PNG form. There are other.
Uh,
So, which form is your image? Is
I
it in
think it was
JPG?
PNG. No,
Now
it was PNG.
it must be in .png. It must be in dot. Another thing is since your image was in your work, now you cannot just maybe call in. That sometimes you may call in your image. Let me say your image is image.jpg. You may call in it there, and it doesn't work. One of the things you should do is before this image.jpg, this your the image that is inside the source. It may be in another folder inside that same source. For the VSCode to locate this image, it has to be redirected. So that's why we have before calling in images or whatever that is in our work, we put dot slash, then you call in that. So it will know that it's inside another folder, inside another folder.
So sorry, but the that's my VS Code.
Yeah.
I I opened the folder down because the folder was on the left hand side and my text was on the right hand side. So I bought out I hold the folder, the picture in the folder that I want to use in my text, and I dragged it inside that column, and the thing
Okay.
fits. The first time I tried it, the picture actually showed. But
Hmm.
the second day I was trying to change the picture, but the thing was not showing. It was
Some
not
of
showing. I
these
don't,
things are your browser too. Some of these are your browser. Some of these are browser faults. Browser
but
not able
I was
to.
using Chrome.
You're using Chrome. You can
Mm.
refresh your Chrome. You can update your Chrome. You can decide to off your PC and on it back. Since it showed the first time, it should continuously show. Sometimes can even be because of the VS Code. Maybe you're viewing your work through your VS Code. You might decide to cancel your VS Code, as in exit your VS Code, view your work directly from your file manager, and you see your image.
I was saving it on my file manager because I've already saved it there. So I'm actually clicking it for my file manager. I'm not even doing
Yes.
this one that you're doing. So I don't know why the thing is not showing.
And so these are just some technical issues that just come in hand. So these are some of the issues we face.
Okay, but
So
as long as I did it like that, the thing is going to work
it's
on a
going to
normal.
it's going to work. Yeah, it's
Okay.
going to work. Now, same thing with video. Video and audio are just the same. Just that audio uses audio tag, video uses video tag. There's no much thing with that. Still use controls. Controls display the audio control, play, pause, and So same thing with video. Audio and video are more of the same. Just that video is visualizing, audio is more of hearing. They're just the same way. You see, this is another type, video, MP4. There are so many types. This is audio, MPEG. So just the same thing. So we talked about tables, lists, and media elements. There's nothing hard in this which we have talked about. So I hope you guys understood from forms to tables and media elements, which are our images, audio, video, even our lists, which are our unordered and ordered lists.
Yes, sir. Yes. But
Units and
yes,
okay, you want to say
I,
something?
yes, I am still trying to remember something. That
Mm.
for the form, what is the tag I will use if I want to, like, I'm trying to remember it and I just forgot the tag I'll use if I want to write, like, write
If
a message inside that my form, like what I'm to do in
now,
that.
now I showed you guys this is a full functional form. In case you don't want to use field set, it's okay. Field set and legend. Now, there is a the tag you should use. We have the text area, the text area, the text area tag. Let me go back. Text area tag. Eunice and Christian, I hope you guys are here with us.
Yeah, but
Are you
not
following
really grabbing from the
from the
um other and on other parts, but
which other
I don't know.
parts? Other parts are you not grabbing? Okay. So something this is okay, it's not here. Which other parts are you not grabbing from Miss um, Eunice and Christian? And Christian, yeah. Okay, now this is the tag we call text area. This tag it has an opening and closing tag. Here you can write a message. There are some forms that they will tell you talk about yourself. Then you can write a message about yourself. There are some forms maybe people are applying for work. They will say write a cover letter. You write a cover letter there. There are some forms that so this is the text area is an input field. You write a message. You write as much as you can write. So many sometimes they have to they even used to put limits to the words that you put there. So this is the text that I hope that is clear to you, Austin. I hope
Yes,
that's clear to
but
you.
it's not the text area, but I've seen it. It's this placeholder.
Okay, placeholder, that's what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
yes,
Okay,
yes, I've seen it.
no problem.
Thank you.
Yeah. So you could semantic HTML, okay. Semantic HTML is not so but it's not widely used though. This has to be the proper way of using HTML, the proper tags, placement of tags and all. That's what semantic HTML has to be. Refers to using HTML that clearly defines the meaning both in browsers and developers. Like non-semantic elements, div and span. Semantic elements improve readability, accessibility, and search engine optimization, SEO. For example, they have header, welcome to my website. That's what the header tag does. But another person might give it a div, welcome to my website, give it a class header, and go to CSS and style that header. The two implementations they work. You might write your header with your header tag, welcome to scale fort. Then or some other person can use some person can even use H1 tag instead of header tag. This one use div tag, give it a class header, and you will go to his CSS and style this header class that he wrote here. But what semantic engineering is trying to tell us that the proper way of coding, the proper way is that that person would have done this instead of going through this route. Now, going to this route, there are some browsers that, because of non-semantic way of coding, they don't see some code, they don't rectify some codes. That's what it's just telling us. Semantic HTML is just teaching us the proper way of coding. So why use semantic? Improve readability, better accessibility, search engine optimization, maintainability. Semantic HTML is not something that is being obeyed most of the times. A lot of coders code in different ways and different structure. And if you say browsers nowadays accept codes, they don't even care whether you're coding it in the proper way. But semantic HTML has to do with you coding. Imagine you see the two difference I'm saying here. Someone coded like this, another one coded like this. Both of them will get the same results, but this is the proper way. That's what it's just telling you. Both of them get the same result, but this is the proper way. So making use of headers, nav, section, so someone can decide not to make use of nav and use div and style the div and everything will come out as a nav. So footers and everything. So that's what they are trying to show us. This is a code. This is just a proper way of coding. It's not something difficult. Some people make use of strong, em, mark. Some people style them and don't make use of these are codes that already does the things for you. But some people make use of other ways to implement those things. So these semantic engineering just talks about the proper way of coding, the proper way of coding. But I will tell you guys, learn the proper way of coding. But worldwide, many people don't obey such rule. Many, even the white man. But yeah, it's good to understand. So I hope this session was clear to you guys. I hope this session was clear to you guys. Hello, Austin, Eunice, and Christian. Austin, Eunice, and Christian.
It was clear.
It's clear to you guys.
Yes.
Okay. So I want to give you guys an assignment. Are you guys there? Austin, Christian, I want you guys to be audible to me. I want to hear three of you's voice. Austin is
I'm
Austin.
here.
Okay. Chris, Eunice, and Christian.
I'm listening.
I'm here.
So I want you guys to make a form. Having details with all the examples we gave in form. And
Please,
then 10
sorry,
details.
network. I'm not actually hearing you well.
I mean, I said I want guys to have over 10 details. 10 details with name, username, password, phone number, whatever.
Please, we can't get what you're saying. Maybe would
Are you
you
hearing
do you
me?
think you okay?
Are you hearing me now? Are you
Yes.
hearing me now? I said I want you guys to make a form having over 10 details. Maybe name, full name, phone number, password, email, uploading your NIN, your this one or that one, your reg number, password, and so on. Should have 10 details. You guys can come up with 10 details. It may be different from each other, it may be the same to each other. Then these 10 details, which you guys use to create a form. Yeah. You guys now will make a table having 10 table heads, identifying 10 people's different descriptions to those table heads. Those table heads will rectify to that form. Do
I
you
don't
get me?
understand.
Yes, I understand, sir.
You understood what I'm talking about?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand?
Please hold on. Then make a table with 10 table heads describing what?
Now make a form having 10 details.
Yeah, I
That
put
last
that.
one,
And
I know you think of it.
I said make a form having 10 details. 10 different details. You can come up with several details as you wish. Now, these details, those details, from those details, you will have you will have to rectify them in your tables. You have to rectify them in your tables. Let me show you how it will look like. Those 10 details will be rectified in these tables: name, age, country. It should be 10 in number, 10 table heads. And then there will be 10 different people's details rectifying to those table heads. From that form. Do you get me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you just create the form and then you create the table. 10 details, 10 people's, 10 table heads, 10 people's details. Is that okay?
Yes.
So that's all we have. That's the assignment I have for you guys. So we could call it a day. We could call it a day. I hope you guys love the class and got a lot of knowledge.
Yes, thank you very much.
Okay, now, so no problem. We, I would love to see you guys' assignments in the next class. So we can go and do our various stuffs
Uh,
and every other thing.
but sir, please,
Yes.
how are we going to submit the assignment? Because
Mhm.
Okay,
Because
so just expect a recording from me on how to submit, right? If we can't use Google Classroom, then I'll show you another way to submit. But expect a recording from me between now and Tuesday.
okay, okay, no problem.
Yeah, thank you.
yeah, no
Yes, thank
problem.
you,
Have a
sir.
nice day.
All right, bye everyone.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.